Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to something new, not too new if you watch my Twitch, Dark Souls. I know what you're probably thinking right off the bat, that's, oh, Blashwath, why isn't there a you learn something every day, why are you just playing Dark Souls? Don't YouTube channels only do gaming series when they're running out of ideas and trying to gain views? You know, while that's true, that's not why I'm doing this at all. Don't worry, I'm still writing You Learn Something Every Day episodes right now. I will be recording them, however, in a while, due to various reasons. I'm just, really too busy and not capable to get them out right now. But don't worry about that, that's why I'm starting this series, one of the many reasons, really. The main reason being, I have a friend, Alex, who was on Twitch with me, a while ago when we did Dark Souls earlier. Not gonna lie, he's not too great at Dark Souls, and I thought he and other people might benefit from watching just a Let's Play of the series and seeing how I go about the game and what I do. That being said, obviously, I'm not a perfect player. I'm probably pretty bad, actually. And I haven't played in a while, so I'm gonna be rusty, but I thought I'd bring my knowledge to the table and we could, you know, sit down and play some Dark Souls together. So, let's get going. Now, just one quick note, I am playing on the Xbox version, which means, sadly, no 60 FPS, and a bit more lag, no DS fix. The reason for that is because, I tend to get more PvP and online activity when playing on Xbox, and I just enjoy it a bit more, and I'm currently missing my Xbox to PC adapter. But that's enough of me talking. It's been like 2 minutes already. Let's get going. Let's get going. Sorry if I talk a bit quietly through this, because it's pretty late at night, and don't want to wake up the folks. So we're gonna start off creative name, all that. Just classic naming scheme. If I can remember how to spell my own name here. There we go. Blashwath. Pretty quality stuff. People always ask me why I play female characters. Honestly, there isn't some deeper meaning behind it. I promise. I don't know. Yeah, no explanation. It's just something that I do. I play male characters a lot also. So I guess equal representation, because I'm super progressive like that. Okay, so for gift, we're gonna start off with the Master Key, the most useful gift. By the ways, don't be thinking that I'm gonna be speedrunning right now or rushing through it or anything. I'm gonna take my time with this Let's Play. You know, just cruise on through it slowly, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, physique, average. Although, speaking of equality, look at all the body types represented. You know, you could be whoever you want to be. Dark Souls, very accepting game. If you ignore all the murdering that mainly happens unto you. Anyways, for class, now I haven't played in a while, so I don't want to tempt taking a harder class or something, but the main thing to note about Dark Souls is the starting class doesn't actually really matter, because right off the bat you can sort of just progress into any level you want. The one that really does matter is being a pyromancer, because you start off at level 1, which means you can basically go any direction you want. I'm not going to do that though. I'm just going to start off with the classic, not warrior, what is it, hunter, mainly because this is what I use for speedrunning, and it's a good build to go off of. So that's enough of me talking. Let's get right into Dark Souls, guys.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags.
You know, okay, sorry, I said I was gonna be quiet, but one thing that's always bothered me about, like, cutscenes, especially if you think of the Final Fantasy series, the Final Fantasy series has some of the best cutscenes I've ever seen, sometimes in terms of just pure quality, and then you look at the game and it's like an over-the-head, super pixelated, like, strategy turn-by-turn game, and you're like, okay, not turn-by-turn, but you're like, what am I doing? Where is the game that I was promised from the trailer? And Yeah, but you know, I'm not gonna hate on people rendering super beautiful cutscenes. I just think it's kind of silly sometimes to
From the dark,
promise more than you can give. Although I guess it helps add to the story. Anyways, that's enough of me. Let's back to the trailer.
Nito.
Yeah, Nito's the best, man. I read this great theory that Nito is actually one of the good guys in the game on r/Dark Souls, and basically the reasoning behind it was that, like,
Gwyn, the Lord
basically
of Sunlight.
Nito is sticking to his job of, like, of ushering the dead back, and, like,
Furtive pygmy.
oh man, I can't even remember it all the way. It was really cool, basically, is the point. That's all you need to know. It was cool, and it was like, Nito's actually one of the good guys, and he's like trying to resist the Age of Lords, but then he got lazy and stopped doing his job, and that's why, like, people stopped dying, because, like, he is literally death.
Gwyn,
Anyways, there's a beautiful choir right now, so just listen.
their stone skills. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more.
Actually, I hope you don't get too much microphone feedback from the game itself. I don't know how that's gonna play out. This is the first time I've sort of done sit-down recording of. We'll see.
Thus began the Age of Fire.
Dude, this place totally looks like Gondor. Like, what's up with that?
The flames will fade, and only dark will remain.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it. Yeah, you got it. I don't need to Bane post in my videos.
Endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
See, okay, but like, I wouldn't. Okay, if I were in this world, I wouldn't hate on like people with the dark sign, because that's like, holy cow, you're like basically immortal. That would be like, I feel like if this happened in our world, people wouldn't be as much like, oh my god, zombies or whatever. People would be like, there would be scientists on top of that. Like, how do we get this so it's like not super evil and make everyone immortal? But then you'd have people like, but is it morally ethical or whatever to be immortally alive, and what about everything else? Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool, basically. Maybe not being alive forever, but
The
I mean, I guess that's probably no, I don't know where I'm going with this, guys. I'm sorry.
to await the end of
Let's
the
just get to that beautiful shot of our lovely face. Just any second now. Oh, there we are.
This is your fate.
Dun dun dun. Actually, why do all the rats in this game look like they're zombies? Do the rats like become undead also? Because like any of the rats, the tiny ones, which I guess I mean I get, are just like the same model of the large rats, just cut down. Like, why do they look so hideous? Like, I know rats are like not the greatest looking things around, but like they don't look like zombies. Okay, let's go. Now I'm still gonna go through Undead Asylum pretty quickly here, if I'm being honest. We got our fast roll, got some hollows we can beat up. Ooh, feisty. Yeah, let's go. There's extra 20 souls actually from killing that hollow. That's how you win the game later on. If you don't get those, whew, it's a game changer. Anyways, standard stuff, you know, click to lock, look around, move around, and then you got your buttons to attack. Actually, one mistake I see a lot of people play, so like I got my whole family to play this game at one point and they hadn't played it before. And one mistake I always see people making is they see the giant trigger button, and even people who've played like shooters before, they see the giant trigger button and they're like, that's an attack, and you're just pressing that and you're like, it's a heavy attack though. Boom, you're out of stamina. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's something to be aware. If you're playing Dark Souls for the first time, don't use the trigger. In fact, you don't really have to use either of the triggers because you're probably not going to be parrying a lot if you're a first-time Dark Souls player. Just use the bumpers. The bumpers are your friends. Okay, let's get the shield because we're doing this slow. Oh my god, how do you Dark Souls? Okay, there we go. Got our lovely shield. We don't need it. We can roll. Actually, I'm a bit fat right now. I should cut down on the carbs and the armor. That would probably help. There we go. Quick rolls. Essential to playing Dark Souls is either quick rolling, fast rolling. That is. Okay, I was just talking about not using the triggers. I'm sorry. Yeah, fast rolling, essential. If you're not fast rolling, it's basically game over, man. I see a lot of people who start out who are like heavy armor, good, and then it's a crush. And later on in the game, when you get to the bosses who like don't care about your armor, boom, you're just getting wrecked. You gotta learn how to roll early on if you're playing Dark Souls. I'll hear you out, Oscar.
I have failed in my mission.
I love how he thinks I'm like a trustworthy person for all of this. I'm just like
Thou who art
a skinless, hollowed person with a nice-looking braid, guaranteed, wearing no shirt, just like wandering about with a sword and shield.
An Estus.
Yeah, give me your Estus flasks. Oh, Estus flask is bestest flask. You know what they say.
Now I hate to harm you.
Goodbye, Oscar. I'm gonna miss you forever, until I come back later in the game and kill you. This guy always jumps, actually. He's the worst. Always jumps. Except when you wait. Yeah, don't rush that guy. Because he'll just get you. No questions about it. Just all the time. Trigger these hollows, pick up our short bow. Ooh, I forgot we got a short bow. That's nice, actually. Bows are nice. Oh my god. How do you camera? Yeah, as I said earlier, you guys are gonna have to be patient with me getting back into the controls here, because I haven't played Xbox in a while. In fact, I've only been doing Civ, which, if you want to watch me do with my buds, you should definitely leave a comment, and I'll do my Civ strategies. Okay, let's practice our parrying. Beautiful, beautiful. Parrying, left trigger, you know. Timing, a lot of people are like, when do I click? I don't know. Actually, helpfully, a lot of enemies will do a sound, so I didn't pause long enough, but right as they're attacking, there'll be a sound clip to make sense, because you can't just swing a heavy sword through the air and not have a sound. So there's a sound clip for realism, but when that sound clip starts playing, so when you hear the sword, that's like an audio cue to parry. So if you aren't getting the timing just by looking at it, just listen for the sound, and most all enemies do that. Sometimes it's a bit harder to hear though, and some enemies you'll like very clearly be able to see when they're attacking. Anyways, let's do. Get out of here, Hollow. Oh my god. I'm so sad they took out ragdolls in Dark Souls 2. Yeah. So this is a large point of struggle for a lot of new players. It's okay, guys. It happens to everyone. All you have to do is look down, lock on, and hold the right bumper as you're falling. It's that simple. Now, I don't know how informative you guys want me to make this series, or how much it should just be, let's play Dark Souls. Oh, that was bad. Don't want to ever be out of stamina. Yeah, so if you guys want to see me, I don't know, if you want to see me doing something that isn't just here's how you do this, here's how you parry and all that, and rather let's just play some Dark Souls together, just let me know. Cause I'll probably be recording the next 4 episodes right now. Oh, speaking of episodes, I really do. Oh, also, Hidden Soul, and then on the other side are those bird people. Snuggly or something?
Give me soft.
I've never actually used these in the entirety of Dark Souls playing, but basically what you do is you drop an item down, you reload your game, and there's a new item. You can get some really cool stuff, like I think you can get like a Titanite chunk or something, or a Titanite slab, that is, from giving them in something else, so it's a cool exchange system. I don't really know the details behind it, but anyways, speaking of episodes, guys, sorry to leave you off on such a cliffhanger. Literal cliffhanger, yeah, so to speak. I'm gonna call it here for this episode. I'll see you guys in the next episode of whatever that may be, most likely Dark Souls. And yeah, catch you then.